Let me tell you something crazy. In the USA, students graduate and still don't know how to manage money, control emotions, or build discipline. In Japan, students learn how to clean, respect time, and master self-control before they even worry about being smart. So here's the real question. Are schools failing students? Or are students being trained for two completely different lives? And be honest, if you had to choose, would you rather your child become highly confident like Americans or highly disciplined like Japanese students? Because today, we're going to compare the USA versus Japan in a way schools never teach you. And by the end of this video, you'll realize something shocking. It's not that one system is better. It's that one prepares you for the real world, and the other prepares you for survival. So let's talk. Problem why people struggle. Here's the biggest problem nobody wants to say out loud. Most people don't fail in life because they are. Dumbed up, they fail because they never learn it. The things that matter. They don't know how to manage stress, how to stay consistent, how to build confidence, how to handle failure, how to control emotions, how to build habits, how to communicate, how to set boundaries, how to survive rejection, how to be responsible without someone watching them. And the saddest part, people think they're lazy or not smart enough, but in reality, they were never trained for real life. Let me ask you something honestly. How many times have you said, I know what I should do, but I just can't do it? You know you should wake up early. You know you should stop wasting time. You know you should work harder. You know you should save money. You know you should stop overthinking. But you still struggle. Why? Because school trained your brain to pass tests, not to pass life. And this is where USA versus Japan becomes so interesting. Because both countries are developed, both are powerful, both have world-famous education, but they create two completely different types of people. One creates people who say, I can become anything. The other creates people who say, I must do my duty, and that difference changes everything. So now let's compare. Confidence versus discipline. In the USA, students are encouraged to speak up, raise their hands, share opinions, be bold, be expressive. American culture is like, be yourself, be loud, be confident, be unique. Japan is the opposite. Japanese schools focus on discipline, order, and control. Students learn to follow structure, respect rules, stay quiet, be polite, think about others. Japanese culture is like, control yourself, respect others, don't disturb the group. Now here's the part schools never teach. Confidence without discipline becomes chaos. Discipline without confidence becomes fear. And both countries struggle with the extreme side of it. Let me ask you, would you rather be someone who talks big, but doesn't act, or someone who acts perfectly, but never speaks up? Because the best person is a mix of both. Independence versus responsibility. In the USA, students are taught independence early. They're expected to make choices, pick subjects, join activities, work part-time jobs. The system is like, this is your life. Build your future. In Japan, students are taught responsibility early, not just for themselves, but for everyone. They clean their classrooms, serve lunches, organize school duties, follow routines. The system is like, you are a part of a society. Respect it. Now listen carefully. Schools in the USA often teach, your dream matters. Schools in Japan often teach, your role matters. And both are powerful. But here's the truth. People who only chase dreams become selfish. People who only follow roles lose themselves. So again, balance wins. Creativity versus perfection. American schools encourage creativity, projects, presentations, debates, innovation. Japan focuses more on perfection, precision, and mastery, doing the same thing again and again until it becomes flawless. That's why Japan is famous for clean systems, quality products, discipline, efficiency, mastery mindset, while America is famous for innovation, startups, bold ideas, creativity, confidence culture. But here's what schools never teach. Creativity without mastery stays a hobby. Mastery without creativity becomes robotic. Now tell me honestly, are you someone who starts a lot of things but never finishes? Or someone who finishes things but never tries something new? Comment it. I really want to know. The relationship with failure. This one is huge. In the USA, failure is often seen as part of success. People say things like, fail fast, try again, you only lose if you quit. Mistakes are lessons. In Japan, failure can feel heavier because mistakes are sometimes connected to shame, embarrassment, or disappointing others. Not always, but culturally, the pressure can be intense. That's why Japanese students often study extremely hard and avoid risk. So the big difference becomes, America teaches, try and learn. Japan teaches, don't embarrass yourself. Now here's what schools never teach. You need both. You need the courage to fail like Americans and the discipline to improve like Japanese students. Because courage without improvement is useless, and improvement without courage is invisible. Mental strength versus emotional expression. American students are often encouraged to express feelings. They talk about mental health more openly. They share struggles. They speak up. Japan often values emotional control, not showing emotions too much, keeping things calm, staying composed. Now listen. One creates emotionally expressive people. One creates emotionally controlled people. But again, extremes hurt. Because if you express everything, you become unstable. And if you hide everything, you become depressed. Schools never teach emotional intelligence properly. They teach math. They teach science. They teach history. But they don't teach how to handle rejection, how to stop overthinking, how to build confidence, how to control anger, how to communicate boundaries. And that's why adults struggle. Let me ask you, do you think schools should teach emotional intelligence? Yes or no? Comment it. Money and life skills. Now this is the biggest shocker. In the USA, many students graduate without knowing how taxes work, how credit works, how loans work, how budgeting works, how investing works, how to avoid debt traps. Japan also doesn't always teach money deeply in schools, but Japanese culture naturally teaches saving, not wasting, living within means, financial discipline. So even without money classes, Japanese habits often protect them. In America, consumer culture is powerful. Buy now, pay later. Spend to feel better. Show off success. So here's what schools never teach. Your habits decide your future more than your degree. Read that again. Your habits decide your future more than your degree. So if you want to win in life, you don't need motivation. You need a system. And Japan is basically built on systems. Competition styles. In the USA, competition is loud. People want to be number one, be the best, be famous, stand out. In Japan, competition is quieter. People want to be respected, be reliable, be consistent, be useful. One is like, look at me. The other is like, trust me. And both are powerful. But here's the problem. America creates stars. Japan creates machines. And the world needs both. But the world rewards those who can combine them. A disciplined star wins. A confident machine wins. So the real lesson is, become both. Let me tell you a real lifestyle example. Imagine two students. Student A, the American student. He grows up being told, you can do anything. He joins sports. He joins clubs. He speaks confidently. He isn't afraid to talk. He fails a test. He shrugs it off. He tries again. But he struggles with discipline. He procrastinates. He wastes time. He relies on motivation. He's good at starting, but not good at finishing. Now he enters adult life. He wants success fast. He wants results quickly. He wants money early. But when it gets hard, he feels stuck because nobody trained him to stay consistent. Student B, the Japanese student. He grows up being taught, be respectful, be responsible, be punctual, be disciplined, don't disturb others. He cleans his classroom. He follows routines. He studies daily. He doesn't talk too much. He doesn't show off. But he struggles with confidence. He overthinks. He fears judgment. He avoids risk. Now he enters adult life. He gets a stable job. He becomes reliable. He becomes consistent. But deep inside, he wonders, what do I actually want? Because nobody trained him to explore himself. Now let me ask you, which one is more successful? The truth is, both struggle, both succeed, but the person who wins the most is the person who combines American confidence, Japanese discipline, because that combination is unstoppable. Imagine someone who speaks up without fear, works hard without excuses, stays consistent even when tired, takes risks but stays responsible, expresses emotions but stays controlled, dreams big but stays grounded. That person is dangerous in the best way. That person becomes successful anywhere. Now here are the real lessons you can apply starting today. And please don't just listen. Pick one thing and try it for 7 days. Lesson 1. Build discipline like Japan. Discipline is not motivation. Discipline is training. Here's a simple rule. If you can't control your morning, you can't control your life. Start small. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Make your bed. Clean your space. Plan your day. Do one hard thing first. Japanese students clean classrooms. Why? Because cleaning trains the brain to respect space. So today, do this. Clean your room for 10 minutes. Not because it's dirty, but because it trains your mind. And tell me in the comments, do you feel more productive when your room is clean? Yes or no? Confidence is built by action, not by thinking. The more you avoid things, the more fear grows. So do this. Every day, do one uncomfortable thing. Examples. Speak up in a conversation. Post a video. Message someone. Apply for something. Ask a question. Say no without guilt. American students are trained to speak, so practice speaking. Because confidence is a muscle. If you don't use it, it disappears. School is not designed to make you rich. School is designed to make you employable. If you want success, you have to self-educate. You need to learn communication, money, confidence, discipline, habits, emotional control, sales, negotiation, personal branding. Let me ask you, what's one thing you wish school taught you? Comment it. I'm serious. I want to read your answers. Here's a life hack. Whenever you want to improve something, use Japan's method plus America's method. Example, want to get fit? Japan method. Small daily discipline, routine, consistency. America method. Confidence, bold goals, motivation. Want to make money? Japan method. Save, control spending, consistency. America method. Take risks, invest, try new income streams. Want to build a YouTube channel? Japan method. Post daily, improve quality, stay consistent. America method. Be bold, speak confidently, build personality. This rule works for everything. So comment, which side do you need more right now? Confidence or discipline? This is the most important line in the whole video. Your future is not decided by your talent. It's decided by your habits. If you repeat laziness, you become lazy. If you repeat discipline, you become disciplined. If you repeat fear, you become fearful. If you repeat courage, you become confident. So ask yourself, what habit is secretly ruining your life right now? Be honest. Is it procrastination, overthinking, phone addiction, late sleeping, bad spending? Comment it if you're brave, because once you admit it, you can fix it. So here's the truth. The USA teaches you to believe in yourself. Japan teaches you to control yourself. But schools never teach you the most important thing. You need both. You need confidence to start. You need discipline to finish. You need dreams to feel alive. You need habits to make them real. And if nobody taught you this, that's okay, because you're learning it now. So the next time life gets hard, don't say, I can't do it. Say, I'm building the version of me that can. Because when American confidence meets Japanese discipline, you don't just succeed, you become unstoppable. Now tell me in the comments, if you could choose, would you rather have American confidence or Japanese discipline? And if you want more videos like this USA versus Japan, USA versus Germany, USA versus China, subscribe, because I'm going to expose the truths schools never teach. See you in the next one.